In a world where dreams reach beyond horizons, a tapestry of aspirations unfolds among five remarkable individuals, drawn together by their passion for space. Today, we merge their stories, showcasing the power of dreams and the limitless potential within the grasp of the next generation.
I've always had a scientific mindset driven by my curiosity. When I have the chance to pick a career, I choose geoscience because of my curiosity on how the Earth was formed and what is beyond what we can see. I kept that interest for space as a hobby over the years. The first time I had the opportunity to visit the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, I immediately became enthusiastic about the science and engineering behind space exploration. My family and I have been involved in many NASA activities. I found out about this program when I was looking for an activity for my daughter. I immediately decided to join because it would be a great opportunity to know more about the people that are involved in space exploration.
Growing up in Houston, where the sky meets ambition, space became an integral part of my life. Space Center Houston activities, along with my parents, professional scientists, fostered my love for electronics and robotics. The aerospace industry, with its ability to innovate other fields, became my natural career choice. The Accelerate Space program intrigued me as a way to grow professionally, build confidence, and explore the dynamic workforce of commercial space developments.
As a child, the universe beckoned me with its mysteries. My journey through physics and mathematics led me to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and meeting a real life astronaut made the cosmos feel closer. The Accelerate Space program is my launchpad, propelling me toward a career where I can unravel the secrets of the universe.
When I was little, my dad would take me to his geology field study trips and would go on adventures. But looking back, it was there where I questioned the possibility of living in extreme environments, like the ISS, the moon, or maybe Mars in the future. Now, as an architect, my dream is to create living spaces for pioneers venturing into the unknown. The Accelerated Space program, beyond these networking and growth opportunities, symbolizes a collective effort to prepare for the challenges of our planet and the possibility to create a better future.
As a child, my curiosity soared with a page of science fiction. The tales of space exploration and advanced technology captured my imagination. Little did I know that the power of math and data science could unlock the mysteries of the universe. Although the NASA OSTEM internship may have been a missed opportunity, it certainly ignited a passion for exploration that transcends programs and boundaries. That's when I found the Accelerate Space program. The chance to engage with others at NASA who share my passion for exploration creates a unique camaraderie and a sense of purpose that's unparalleled in any other career path. This is something I would like to be part of.
I work at Axiom Space as the lead for the Robotic Vision Systems Engineering program. For y'all that don't know, Axiom Space is a commercial space provider, so we're trying to make a commercial space station, but on with NASA and the ISS, in hopes to alleviate crew time resources, as well as be able to provide services for commercial partners and customers.
Right now, am a Pathways IT intern, IT specialist intern at the NASA IV&V Center here in West Virginia, Fairmont, West Virginia, and I work there as an IT specialist intern.
Went to the Air Force, and my first job was in power production, electrician. I got out last year, and I work for a technology company. And I work on robotic machines that are in the packaging and processing field.
I'm a master's student at the Florida Institute of Technology studying chemical engineering. Got an internship at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center as an astrogeology, astrobiology intern.
I have my current job now at Booz Allen Hamilton as a lead systems engineer working on the HLS, so the Human Lander Sister program.
Flight operations engineer at NASA. We train the astronauts on how to do spacewalks. And let's see, I've been at NASA for 12 years and it's my dream job and I love it.
How I happened, I was originally in oil and gas before. and had been trying to find ways to enter the field in a couple of different ways. Kind of started when I actually started volunteering at the Space Center, and that was for me a big segue to see what kind of commercial companies were out there. Happened to find Axiom and see a way that their skill set or my skill set matched their needs, and that allowed me to make the jump into the space industry.
Always wanting to seek knowledge and stay curious, drive for sure, and ability to communicate with people, my peers.
I was obviously passionate about the work that they did, and that I was willing to say I didn't know something, but that I wanted to learn about it as much as possible.
Persistence, consistent, hard work, using resources, using your own motivation.
Just like always had an eye out for opportunities at NASA or other space companies. It took me like 30 something applications, but I finally got an internship, and that turned into 3 more internships. And then I got a full-time job offer at NASA. It took a long time and a lot of rejection.
Imposter syndrome was definitely the biggest challenge that I had.
Extreme imposter syndrome and feeling that I didn't know what the future actually held for me. We're always, our biggest critics, and, comparisons the thief of joy, as they always say. And it's a big factor in having that imposter syndrome.
Being aware of other people's work in a team, I think is paramount. And you'll care about your work more the more you know about it. Getting strong people in front of me to validate my abilities to other people.
Sending normal people to space is dangerous and scary thing. If we start to have billionaires or normal everyday people on these flights and something happens, it's just, so we need to find that balance.
Patience and communication, I think, because getting into the space industry can be a challenge, and that does require a lot of patience, a lot of sending out application, communication, and networking, and those kinds of skills I think are very important. In this industry in particular, people are very aware of what other industries and other people are doing around them.
Communicate very technical things on a very simple level that people can understand. Being able to hear these conversations where, the 2 different sides disagree and how they handle that conflict while being professional, being able to maintain good communication.
Communication skills and the ability to, bond with people or understand them and their needs.
Definitely a major one is just communication in general. Putting yourself in a situation where you're forced to use those skills, working independently a majority of the time, requiring me to troubleshoot through my problems in the moment by myself.
Effective communication based on your audience. There should be differences in the way that you talk. You should assess your situation and know your audience every time.
Having the technical skills and the soft skills of interacting with people, understanding the politics, how to work in a team, like that is super, super important.
I've always been very interested in space, and then went to more of the oil and gas side of things. And then I think slowly over time, it started to kind of build up that industry didn't really resonate with me. And I wanted to get back more into space, which kind of focuses on some of the big pictures, right? Some of the forward thinking, the future aspects of humanity.
I was just applying to pretty much anything because I was like, I have nothing to lose, sort of thing. So then I saw the NASA Pathways internship open up, and I said, I was like, just for fun, let me see what would happen. And then it just kept going and going and going and going until now I'm here. Growing up, I've always wanted to work there, but it just felt like such a far off dream until it happened.
It's just my own personal interest in space and what's out there and the things that we know and we don't know. It's just one of those things that since I was a kid has interested me, and I just want to know more about it. And I want to help humanity, trying to bridge that gap when it comes to what we don't know. And it might help us, like learning what's out there might help us with problems that we have down here.
I think almost everyone as a little kid had an intense fascination with space, being like, oh, when I get older, I'll be an astronaut, kind of thing. I'm really grateful that my parents nurtured those fixations. They got me books, they got me little science kits, the whole 9 yards.
For NASA specifically, just the amount of resources and resources including facilities, so like testing facilities, computers, simulators, as well as the people.
That astronomy course in high school, that's where I kind of learned about space exploration and the NASA missions, human and robotic, and it just captured my interest, and I kind of fell in love with it from then on. And I just knew like that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to work in human spaceflight.
See where some of the major commercial companies are trying to head towards, and then look towards building the skills that they're looking for. So I think that would be probably the best thing to do, and then to try to join organizations like the Space Center or other places like that where you can start meeting people within that industry.
Just go for it. It takes a big leap of faith every time that you do something like this. And like, don't be afraid to just say, I'm going to apply for something that I think is way out of my league. It's very important to be able to sort of start building that confidence to be able to just be like, hey, I'm going to reach out to the director of our facility and ask him some questions.
You have to stay motivated. You can never give up when it comes to most everybody in that field. It took them a long time to achieve their goals and their dreams, but it's almost every time I talk to a person that's in that field, they say it was worth it, and it always is. So if you really do want it, then keep pushing, keep going, and you'll get it eventually.
And if you find a job that you enjoy, stick with it. Mm-hmm. Not all the jobs out there you'll enjoy. They may pay well, but you won't enjoy them. Sometimes it's better to work for a little less pay if you enjoy the people and the job.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You always have to take some sort of leap of faith. Get that application, go to that career fair, attend that conference, just see what happens.
First step, get a degree in engineering or a master's degree. And second piece of advice, don't discount contractors.
Jump right in, start doing things, get to know people and how things work. Keep an eye out for these networking opportunities.
This is not just a story. It's an invitation to dream, explore, and create a future where every dreamer has the chance to reach for the stars.